Harry's wife got half. I am Melton, son of a carpenter, married dad, carpenter, worked on skyscrapers, mom Marianne. I am the son of a carpenter, married, get to tell parables, and this is my Tommy parable series about Tommy the no-arm Chinese fella. How did he get to be missing both arms? Blindly obedient management test. Tommy was giving a loyalty test. He was given a management test by his boss Wu, and yes, he's stupid. He was told to stick his right arm into a wood chipper, chips up the limbs after they cut him down over the power lines. He stuck that right arm in, lefty, the left arm saw what was going on with righty, the right arm, and jumped off, leaving Tommy with no arms but a promotion. He's bossing a whole lot of folks around on the streets in the unseen business, whatever it is you call it, that you don't see on the news and books and magazines and movies and songs, but you might see it around you all the time. It's our fun fix, and pick up your phone, add to this, either a Tommy parable or just get your street resume out there. You don't have to worry about that kind of stuff making it to the evening news unless of course it's supposed to be there. And if it's supposed to be there, you damn sure better be making those videos. Not just your street resume, those at the top are very neat. They want you to be doing something, you better be doing it. But, yeah, gene pools full of folks stepping in and out of the shoes of characters worldwide, staged events, making sure something happens a certain way, be it on a street somewhere or in a stadium, or making sure wearing an eye patch is a fad or something. You have a whole lot of folks across the country start wearing eye patches just for the fun of it. And yeah, it's a big staged event now. Now Tommy not only got promoted, he's bossing a whole lot of folks around. He won his girlfriend's heart. He's always been scaly. He always talks with a hoarse lisp. He likes to stick his tongue out a lot. Oh, the Chinese have been sticking their tongue out the rest of the world for many, many millennia. Now that he is missing both arms, he does that mean snake dance, and he won Rhea's heart at the Snake Pit. Go figure. Popular dance club here in LA somewhere. But things aren't going well. He's trying to watch the Three Stooges, and Rhea's being very annoying. She's vacuuming, and she wants to vacuum right in front of him, and in between him and the Three Stooges, and that's his favorite show. And he hates that once he gets in the middle. She knows he's trying to watch, and he's looking over in one direction, looking over in another, and then she says, "Can you pick up your shoes? Why'd you leave them in the middle of the floor?" Yeah, he wears loafers. He can't tie them. So he goes, reaches down with his mouth, picks up the shoes, moves them over, and she says, "Don't put them there. Go put them in the closet." And that's rough, because doorknobs can be a problem when you don't have arms. It's just one thing after another, and she's nagging, and finally he says, "I'm going down to House Bar." And she says, "Suit yourself." And he goes outside, he gets halfway down the street, and remembers he had half a cola left there by his nice big recliner. Had a nice straw in it, it was nice and cold, halfway there, so he went back, and he goes through the doggy door. Because he had no arms. And he had a dog, but the dog died because he couldn't feed it. It was before he met Rhea. It smelled underneath the porch there for a while, but then the smell went away. And it turns out, it's not good that he had the dog, because he got the doggy door in once again. Doorknobs are a problem. So we're locks with keys and all of that. So he just crosses the doggy door. He gets halfway through on his way to finish off that soda real quick. And Rhea's on his chair. No, Rhea is tossing the soda. And he stops right there, halfway through the doggy door, and she doesn't see him. She goes, sits down in his recliner, props her feet up, turns off the Stooges, turns on the soap operas. Oh, I'm not hip anymore. I don't know how. DV something you can. She works during the day. They lost me when they stopped using the VCRs. Any of you out there who know how to are tech savvy and a lot of things, come see me. Be a disciple of truth. I need disciples. Yes, Melton, son of a carpenter, Mary, dad a carpenter, worked on skyscrapers, mom, Mary Ann. I'm the son of a carpenter, Mary. I need disciples. But anyway, Tommy, here's her. Don't pick up the phone. She calls up her friends. She says, "Come on over." A few of her friends from work, from not work. She says, I got rid of Stupid, the big baby. And she says, you won't believe it. He actually looked like a big baby last week. And she tells about how Stupid was playing air hockey at the Alice bar, and he bit down too hard on the hockey thing. He gets a black eye once in a while. That's the only thing he can use to. He can use his feet, but it's kind of hard to move the pacifier around, because it looked like he had a big pacifier when he bit down too hard on a game with Hezekiah, the one-armed armor's guy. Bit down too hard, and he was stuck there. And Rhea on the phone there, as Tommy's kind of listening halfway in the door, she says it was the most quiet day I've ever had with Tommy. He didn't say a word, just grunted and mumbled. Took him to the emergency room, and they said it was not an emergency, it was a blessing. And Rhea goes on, oh, I'd have to agree. Tommy is too bossy, and Tommy's just getting redder and redder and angrier. He's about to just storm in there and give Rhea a piece of his mind. When she says, when we get married, there's going to be some big changes around here, and that just stops him in his tracks. So he backs out of the doggy door, and he goes down to Al's bar, and he had forgotten it's a there are some of those swipes you can print out as 4x6 photos. Down at Al's bar, the AA meeting's going on. Yes, Amputees Anonymous. There's Trump's phone game. I don't know if it's last month or not. I keep the computer active because I'm low defing some my Tommies for last month. I make them into videos and then audios. I already got the audio part done. I'm working on the videos. Oh, those are my 4x6 photos. That's what these things can be turned into. Well, maybe those aren't the best, but you can hand those out to your friends. Tell everyone, yeah, it's not just religious censorship. When you try to call Melton, you can't reach him. It's lifeline censorship. You don't know when else that phone won't be allowed to work. Whatever boring thing you get, phone ringing, error, misses busy signal, it's not going to be boring if you need the firemen, the police, paramedics. And yes, it's money out of your pocket every day if you're calling up 100 of the customers and you get that boring thing. Phone ringing, error message, busy signal. Since it's just Trump's won't get, I'll go show you the big five. So do my sugar check. Yeah, you saw one of those or a few of those big fives. Like these. Make that video, whatever you get when you don't get me, post it. 424-229-4140. Whatever boring thing you get, not going to be boring. Need the firemen, police, paramedics? And it's money out of your pocket every day. Your Gates livelihood, your Spectrum's livelihood, whatever the big name is. Walmart is livelihood in your business, so they can get the business instead of you. Censorship is boring. If you're calling them up, you get that boring thing, the phone ringing, the error misses busy signal. Money out of your pocket. And yeah, those I'm the tip of the iceberg, guys, but those who are hijacking your lifeline, as you try to call me, they are worried enough about that to alter phone records to cover it up. So what do? You make a video. And when you get millions of other Americans making a video, timestamp on your phone, you got the number dialed. And they go in and they alter phone records on my side, on your side. That's PhoneGate. It's more important than Watergate. Oh, catfighting among the parties. No, this affects America's lifelines. See that phone you're making the video of? As every child in America's lifeline to the firemen, the police, paramedics, and make a video of it being hijacked. All soldiers who protect America do that in this way. It's not just about religious censorship, but it is involving religious censorship when they place a cowardly Hussein in our White House right after we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins. This is a stigmata wound. I'm a son of a carpenter. I get to have stigmata wounds. It's not from an outside kind of thing, like pressure or something hit me. No, it's genetic in nature. Just like the change in eyes I'm going to show you in a little while. But yeah, ask and answer Jesus' question with this. A video of your hijacked lifeline as you try to call me. I've been asking for a decade for a 9/11 Flight 93 checks of America's lifelines. I've yet to get one. No certified mail, no non-certified mail. 4260 Eagle Rock Boulevard, Apartment 409, Los Angeles, California, 90065. FedEx, UPS ain't private carrier. I haven't gotten one bit of mail about those 93 checks in a decade of asking. There's that too, but it's not as easy to do. You go to the post office, you go to FedEx, or you go online, or whatever it is you do. It takes 5 minutes. You make the video, your phone or someone else's phone, their lifeline, their family's lifeline. Not working, just try to call me, 424-229-4140. You got the timestamp over here. You got the number dialed. This is my sugar check. Apparently growing a new body, whole new eyes, all that kind of stuff. Requires a lot of sugar. That has nothing to do with your hijack lifeline. It has nothing to do with anything I say. Consider everything I say. The funny, the off the wall, the son of Carpenter Mary, the fire and brimstone, mean stuff. You don't have to worry about it till you flatline and see that bright light. Everything is to get you to pick up the phone and see something you can witness for yourself. Timestamp on your phone, number dialed. Go to youtube.com/DNFT series and see. About a month and a half ago, made a video of every call to and from this phone making this video. And no, not 193 check during those 2 years or even before that. For that past decade. So make that video, post that video. Be on the side of those driving the tanks, the jeeps, the jets, the side of the children and truth. Make a video of America's hijacked lifelines. Post it. Call me up in front of network news anchors, local news anchors, any and all in the public eye. I gotta eliminate some tomorrow and the next day. Any and all in the public eye, I'm showing these again and again. And yeah, tell all those reporters and network news anchors, everything's fake news compared to your family's lifeline not working. Why aren't you covering the news? They're being Hollywood, they're being a dangerous Hollywood when they're placing. Oh, I don't agree with the buffoon wrestling guy they got in there now, but he's comic relief. After placing Hussein, a cowardly Hussein in our White House right after we got attacked by a whole lot of cowardly Husseins. Didn't look right, wasn't right. We don't go by names in America, of course, but with the fact that Obama grew up in Africa, I hear it to be closer to his dad during those formative years. No, not one comment in that decade about the Osama rumor that Obama is Osama's son. Put the two photos side by side, look at them, and please don't be a hater. Do not be a hater. It's 2018. They're mixing things up all over the place. Not one comment about any of that. That's a lot of mass censorship, guys. And yes, it affects your lifeline. Make that video, post that video. Come tell me what you think of that Osama rumor in person. And yes, have Will Travis show me the perfect place to build Jesus' immaculate house here on earth. Now back to my tummy. I need to finish it up. I've done my blood sugar check. I need to show you my eyes. There's one of them. Slowly but surely changing. The smaller brownish circles disappearing. The bigger bluer circles growing in through and around. Genetic carpentry at work. And blue-eyed DNA fighting it out with brown-eyed DNA. The reason for the stigmata wound. You'll see some gory stuff there. Look for Melton's Call Logs on YouTube.com. That's the NFT series, and also the Milton's stigmata wounds and eyes. Whatever. Mostly eyes. Lately. But you will find in the past, and you'll find in my imagery, those 24,000 plus a few of those gory looking stigmata wounds. Please be good. I'm worried about your immortal soul. And yes, those stigmata wounds. My fun son of a cartoon stuff that disappears when you pick up that phone to tell me what you think about anything I say. And you see religious censorship. Yeah, cowardly Hussein, whatever you want to call it, it's not allowing your phone to work. Make a video of that. Now Tommy got to the bar and he forgot it was an AA meeting at the bar and Harry is there. And he's seen Harry tell how he got to be missing to be having just one arm and no legs. Like Tommy's dad, he's a one-armed torso. And Harry is telling everybody as Tommy gets there that his wife had intended to make him into the perfect husband. So she was a nurse, so she knew how to do such things. She drugged him, and one by one, the leg, the left leg, the right leg, one of the arms, was turning him into the favorite, the perfect husband who could not run away. And he's telling, as Tommy gets in, that they got divorced, of course. Well, someone saw her, with the hacksaw through the window. She forgot to close the blinds. And they called the cops. The cops came over, and yes, they got Harry to the hospital, and she had the nerve to, divorce him because he couldn't be the perfect husband. Had the nerve to divorce him and ask for half. And the judge just looked at her incredulously and he said, after what you've done, you've already got half. His arm, his two legs. So, Harry's explaining how he doesn't have to pay alimony or anything like that. But he has these nightmares about his wife, breaking into the house, taking that last arm off, then taking them to like Utah or something where they can start anew with just her and her perfect husband. Well, I guess it doesn't have to be Utah. Montana. Idaho. Oh, we've had a lot of trouble with the damn Mormons lately. I don't want to talk about it. But yesterday, I called up the LAPD non-emergency line to complain about noise coming from. I've done it before. The apartment manager herself recommended that I do that. And it quieted down and then started back up. And apparently the Great Wall of Evil had a plan, and I called up, I think it's odd because they're trying to turn you deaf when you call up the non-emergency line. They say as you're waiting online for an operator, they say, this is for the hearing impaired. And then they blast this bizarre fax noise. It seems odd to me, but oh yeah, I made a video of the audio of the woman, the operator, saying with all seriousness that they had been called out earlier in the day, and they had been, but they were unable to gain access to the building, Keek Terrace here. And so I had to call back, I had to find a number, I had to give them the number of the manager. And the manager, when I called her up to tell her about it, she said, what I already knew, firefighters, police, they have access to the building. They have access to all kinds of stuff. But the devil's people walking among us want me to think differently. They're being terrorists. I'm in a wheelchair. I always find it odd that they say do not use the elevator. In case of a fire or something, what else am I gonna use? I can walk a little bit, not that well. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. Brown-eyed DNA being replaced by blue-eyed DNA. Enough of that. Odd as anything. It's the devil's people being bizarre as anything. And yes, as always, some of you who know this have watched impersonators, what I call the this one, that one, the other one, short one, the skinny one, the cop one, the military one, the old one, the young one. They got a ton of them. That's what they do wherever they're from. They play their little soap opera, which, Rhea's inviting folks to come over and watch. They play the little soap opera there, and this one, that one, the other one. Gives them something to do, gives the streets, gives the Chinese streets, their lapdogs, something to do. But, oh, let me finish. I've got two more here, and Tommy, he got to the bar, and Al told that story about he has a nightmare about his wife coming to make him the perfect, here's a nice 93 check you can find in that from a couple months ago, I believe. Not in the big folder with the files, but elsewhere. Oh, print out those 93 checks, tell everyone. Yes, it doesn't matter what I say is all attention getting. Consider that. Consider it that. It's you not reaching me and not knowing when else your phone won't be allowed to work. Make that video. Folks worried enough about that to alter phone records to cover it up. Now, 23, 24 minutes. Remember, be those video pioneers. I only have to tell that story once. That joke perfectly just once is get on video, and it goes for the serious stuff, what you believe in. Get on video. Now, be video pioneers. Your great grandpa or grandpa couldn't even do that. Show the world what can be done with video. Now, this is an old image. I hope to get a better photo without the text there soon. But that shows how the eyes were back when they started changing in 96 or 1996. That's from about 9 years ago. And this is the change going on, slowly but surely. Smaller, browner circles, bigger, bluer circles growing and through and around. Let me show you what's going on with them right now. Past year, they've been lighting up with sunlight and with the flashlight. I'm going to show you. Medical research being passed by. You think blind folks would be, doctors of blind folks would be interested in this kind of thing. Yeah, the outer brown circle from the smaller brown circle is missing. the inner brown that was a little bit darker brown this morning. It can be lighter brown. It can be kind of whited over altogether as the DNA fights it out. You know what's going on with that? You know what can speed up the process? Come see me in person, and I gotta go. It's 25 minutes. Come see me in person. Tell me what you believe. Doesn't have to be anything you hear in church. And it's really the censorship when you can't do that by phone. You can't ask me what I mean by Jesus' Immaculate House here on earth. Come see me in person to do that. And yes, you don't have to call Jesus' Immaculate House here on earth. Tear down the Great Wall of Evil that has just me and all my imagery, and let's get started on that Opportunity House. Opportunity for the world, all kinds of folks from all kinds of different backgrounds. I just have to put the Jesus' Immaculate House in there. That part's in the fine print, and yes, there will be a test at the